Okay, let me kind of close this light out a little bit to bring in this. Bring this light back into the scene. Let's close this light off. All right. Now this video, I'm hoping that one will view maybe later on. Let me squeeze into my spot here. Maybe later on, one may view this video. Hey, you guys, let me tell you, I was putting my clothes up. I had washed all my clothes. I was putting everything up, and I was preaching to myself. That show felt good. I couldn't even believe what I was hearing. That's how deep it was. I was preaching and teaching myself. And I was just thanking the Father for the message itself, in which he gave to me, from him. Praise the mighty Yah. I come here this morning. We're still in the morning hour with a message because Sister Deborah ain't as smart as she might appear to some, or I never knew I was smart, even if someone thought that way. But I thank the Father for the dumb part of me. I really do. I give him praise. Thank you, Father Yah. Thank you, Father Yah, for the dumbness part of me. Because I had no idea the power. I mean, I knew that I speak spirit and truth. I knew that the light is supporting the spirit and truth. But at the level of where a person can battle the truth because they know the truth of the whole matter. See, what happens, what Sister Deborah is doing, and now I'm about to try to question myself in the level of power in which I speak it. Because you get those on this platform, even in my live chat, really thinking they understand, and they really see, and they really don't. Because the level of the word in spirit and truth in which I speak is powerful than their ear and their comprehension can really measure. But let me tell you why I said that. Because the mindset, the spiritual mindset of Satan understands the deepness of the light in spirit and truth in which Sister Deborah is speaking. When I learned that today, no, I learned it yesterday, but I was so dumb today, I realized I was really dumb in a lot of things because I was preaching to myself while I was putting my clothes up. And as I was speaking, I'm like, wait a minute. My flesh was like, wait a minute. I didn't know that. Wait a minute. I didn't know that. And my spirit was like, wow, 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 wow. Why? Because the Ruach was in the midst. He was bringing it to the lowest term where Sister Deborah can embrace the truth of the whole matter. I tell y'all, I learned every day. Every day I'm learning. It's not one thing I learn, I'm learning. And I'm learning from the Most High God, not from the world. Not for these people on these devils' platform who portraying role playing that they represent Yah or God, okay? But I say unto you, this thing is deeper than even Sister Deborah, a prophetess in the wilderness, can even imagine. So when I learned how dumb I was is when I was speaking and the Ruach was revealing things to me. And I'm like, wait a minute, you didn't tell me that. Wait a minute, when? What? You know, as I'm putting away my clothes. I'm like, but I thank him for giving me the space space in my life, in the life in which he has breathed in me, to hear him minister to me in spirit and unto my flesh. And I give him all praise again. Praise the mighty God. Thank you, Father God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Because if it was not for him, this sister here, I could truly say, where will I be? Would I be? Or where I would end up? Now it's to the point where I get prepared to do a video outside. I know you've seen the videos. I don't know if you saw them. I upload 2 videos regarding ice. The reason why I did that, I was doing the work, you guys. My whole idea wasn't to upload those videos, but I was outside in my backyard trying to figure this thing out. I was trying to figure this thing out. Shows you I was dumber than dumb. And it's sitting right there before me. And I'm sitting here trying to figure this out. What are you trying to figure out, Deborah? I'm trying to upload videos onto my Facebook page and couldn't understand for the last 2 days, Facebook wasn't allowing me to upload, nor were they allowing me a reason of why I couldn't. My dumb tail took from one morning to the next day, to the next morning, to the next day, trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. What's going on with me? Why is it I don't know how to work my phone? What is it? I don't know. I kept telling myself, you ain't got no business on there if you don't know what you're doing. See, I'm sitting here thinking it's me. That's how I am. I will blame myself before I give any energy on the outside of who I am to control me. I would blame myself. Why would I blame myself? Why would I blame myself? Because it's easy to deal with self than to deal with all these other spirits around me. Because if I could just work with self, if my spirit contains self, I'll be all right, because then spirit rides. And we know who's in my spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh. But I'm in the midst of this thing, and I'm trying to battle this, and my dumb self was in my room first, preaching to myself. Found out, I'm sitting here just, and I'm going, y'all. I'm standing up to putting clothes. Woo, well, sister going. But it's making so much, brought so much light. I couldn't even, it was too bright. And when I came down, I was like, whoa, what was that? You know, trying to figure it out. Wait a minute, hold on, Father God. We ain't finished. What was that? So I get prepared to go outside to do my video, to upload on Facebook again, going into the 3rd day and trying to figure out, wait a minute, hold up. What's going on? Why all of a sudden I can't upload videos? My videos ain't no more than 15 minutes to a half an hour on Facebook, and it's on the page, my page. My page now was family and friends that's known me all my life. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like uploading these videos, and I'm trying to hear from the Father every day and what I should say to a people who think they know who I am, and they think who think they know who the Father is. So I'm like uploading pure words, and I'm waiting for the Father every morning. What do you want me to give him? What do you want me to give him? And I'm sure how dumb I was. I had no idea that Satan is banning anything that's spirit and truth. A lot of people think they don't want us to tell the truth about the vaccine. They don't want us to tell the truth about the shot. They don't want us to tell the truth about this. Baby, you ain't telling nothing. You ain't talking about nothing. They don't want you to say anything to what they are doing. But Sister Deborah is pulling up with spirit and truth. Wait a minute, hold up. What do y'all know about spirit and truth? Wait a minute, hold up. Hold up, right? Wait a minute, hold up. What do you know about spirit and truth? Nothing. Man don't know a rat's behind about spirit and truth, nor the light that rests therein. So I'm showing how dumb I am. And I know man don't know nothing about spirit and truth. But this is what I had to get broke down. Because I'm sitting here saying, wait a minute, something wrong with this picture. I broke that that revelation down. You know the video I uploaded yesterday on YouTube? Facebook, I uploaded on Facebook 9 times. Shot it. They didn't even shoot it down, y'all. They didn't say nothing. I'm studying trying to figure out why can't I upload this. And I pull up with part 2 and trying to upload. What is going on? I've been battling it, y'all. Trying to see why is it I can't. They won't even send me a sign of why they wouldn't allow that video. They didn't even tell me this is not allowed. Oh, no, we are not allowed to accept these here, or you're breaking the protocol. They didn't warn me. They didn't say anything. They shot that thing down. You know why? Let me tell y'all why. I want you all out there, especially those who at work today and haven't heard this video and not live, baby, I want you to take a heed to what I'm about to say. Now, this is the problem I have. When I began to speak in that Revelation chapter 18, I was speaking hardcore spirit and truth with the light. See, you in trouble if the light has to bag that spirit and truth up and bag it down. You in trouble. I mean, like in a heap of trouble if you hear. You see, why? Because spirit and truth come to speak, which is the word from heaven. And then he gonna back it up with the light so you can see in the midst of darkness. You up Mess Creek now. So what happened is I'm sitting here giving this same message. You all might have seen it. It was uploaded part 1. I did part 2 and part 1, but my problem kind of got really thrown off because I couldn't understand what was wrong with me. See, it's better for me to blame me because I can deal with me. See, I can say, well, oh, it's my fault. This fault is this. This is why this is like this. You ain't doing this right, Deborah. You ain't doing this and this. That's blaming you. Always blame yourself first before you blame anything. Okay? Because once you can blame yourself and you can see it ain't self, then you know what it is. Okay? See, but when you first have to see within yourself, is it me or could it be? And if it is not, wow. So this is what dumb sister Deborah come to the conclusion this morning when I was outside. So happened, I normally let the dog stay in when I'm doing my video. So it happened, he was out there. And I began to just do his videos to see if I can upload his videos. Guess what? Facebook said, bam, they shooting it down. Okay, I'm going to show you how they shooting it down, y'all. Let's say Russia and China got together. I'm trying to get y'all to see the spiritual aspect of it all. Let's say Russia and China get together and they entering into the United States together with their fighter planes. Russia got his and China got it. And they coming into the United States. What are the United States going to do? First of all, they should be able to spot it coming in. They should be able to spot it coming in. So when they come in, first thing the United States have to do, they got fighter plane, they have to shoot it down before it even reach each other. Before China plane and Russia fighter plane reach each other in the center of the United States got to shoot them down even before they come together. Okay, so in my mind, I'm looking at, okay, this is my conclusion, is wait a minute. You mean to tell me you didn't turn wicked and evil over to Satan? Did they belongs to wicked and evil? This is Satan's time. Because for Sister Deborah to pull up with Revelation, and y'all might have saw the video a couple of days ago, you know it wasn't that potent. And she pulled up with part 1 and part 2, and she shot down, before it even reached the center. Shot down with no explanation. At least the United States can say, well, we shot down China, we shot down Russia. But with Sister Deborah, Facebook shot me down and didn't send a warning nor a reason of why. You know why, y'all? Because it leads me back to flesh of men and women. You are so lost without a cause. That is sad. That is sad. You can't see spirit and truth if it's sitting right in your lap, in your plate in front of you. And this is to say the potence of Satan knowing what I'm saying. And you do not. That's where I know that these days have been turned over and created by the mighty right hand of the Father for Satan's time. Because Satan shot me down instantly, and nobody grasped it. No one was able to get it. No one was able to embrace. But Satan knew the importance. He knew the importance of what Sister Deborah is saying. It's so potent that I got to shut her down before she shoot up. I got to shoot her down. And I'm sitting here, I'm showing how dumb me as a sister is. I'm like sitting here saying, what's going on here? They're watching not only, you guys, your laptop, your phone, your TV. They're tapped in your thoughts. There's no way they can get there unless the Most High Yah has ordered them to. That's how potent the word can think and speak and shoot it out as a plane, and they bam, knock you out of the midair. When Satan showed me that this morning, I ain't gonna say Satan, when Yah allowed me to see what Satan was doing, I'm like saying, wait a minute, Father, wait a minute, that was full-blown truth. I was bringing light, even poured up brighter light and poured through. Wait a minute. He said, but listen, the flesh of man couldn't catch it. And he said, but didn't you see Satan brought it down? Father, yeah. So Satan, when he thinks he's doing something, he don't know. The Father's schooling his prophets, his servants. You see, he said, now, you see, you shot it up. Then Satan shoot it down. And man didn't even pay any attention to what flew up. So that lead me to understand the power that rests in spirit and truth and the light. You're shooting it up, Satan kept knocking it down, and man on the earth don't even see the crash between the spirit of Yah flying up and Satan knocking it down. They can't even see what went up, nor can they see what came down. That's how far the flesh of man is from a creator in heaven. I'm going to tell you, that's how dumb Sister Deborah was. But see, the Father had to show it to me. But first, how he did it, I got a little angry. But see, I didn't know why he was allowing me to minister and preach in my bedroom to myself. I'm like, ooh, this is feeling good, boy. I'm shooting this to yourself down. I'm letting it know, did. But what it was all doing, preparing me for when I was allowed to speak, when I go outside. I'm getting ready to speak, and I'm setting up my phone and everything, and I'm like, this is going too far. I'm just like this here. Oh, this is going too far. This is going too far. This don't make no sense. I'm trying to do this video, and it's so simple. I just got a good topic. I got it now, Father. You've been working with me, allowing me to preach to myself, and you can put so much energizing spirit power in me. I'm ready, Father. I'm ready. So I'm setting up outside in my seat, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm ready. I got something to say. All of a sudden, I'm trying to use my phone. They took full control over my darn phone. You see, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all, what's going on? He said, Deborah, stand down, stay in your lane. If I stay in my lane, I can see what's around me. If I come out of the lane, then I know not where I'm at. So he said, stay in that spiritual lane, and I'll show you what is on every side. And what is even trying to come through the back, I will reveal unto thee. But you stay in your lane. That means stay into spirit, Deborah. Stay in spirit and truth, and I will reveal everything that surrounds you. You see? See, a lot of people don't really get that lane. See, I know what it is. Ignorance can't get it, can't pull it up. So I'm sitting here like, I'm outside trying to figure this out. I had put the oil on my skin to keep the mosquitoes and everything away. And then all of a sudden I'm looking at this dog. I said, what's this dog? I can only lock him up. What are you doing out here? I said, wait a minute. Let me use this dog. Let me make a couple of videos on this dog and upload it on Facebook. Facebook, she coming, swap. They shut that thing down. Say, no, we won't. It said, it says, no, this video is not allowed. I'm like, wait a minute, it's just my dog. Because they know in the midst of darkness, they know who's speaking light. They're going to shoot you down. Before you even shoot up, they coming down for you. You see, China on one end, Russia on the other. They coming in from their side to America. They coming and meeting. America's best bet is to shoot them down right before they even come together, because they come together, Russia, United States is doomed. So what do they do? Let's shoot them down before they come together. Here go Russia, here go China, here go Russia. They coming in. But before they even come together, United States has to what? Shoot them down. You see, that's how I felt outside. I was like, wait a minute now. How can they do that? In my mind, because I'm riding strictly on spirit. In my dumb mind, I'm trying to figure this thing out. I'm trying to make sense with this thing. And the spirit sat there and say, okay, I tell you what. Do the dog. I'm saying, like, wait a minute. I normally have the dog locked in. So I videoed the dog once. I videoed the dog twice. Then I pulled it on up into Facebook. Each time Facebook said, no. They said, we will not upload this video. And I said, it's only a dog. So what that led me to believe is, I'm going to show you the dangers in what Sister Deborah has said. And that's why I really kind of want to back away from Facebook and YouTube to the point where just leave it, let it go. Because the power in the messages in which I bring is so powerful to where I'm like saying, Father, why ain't they getting this thing? Why ain't they getting it? He said, Deborah, did they get Noah when he kept going out there telling him it's going to rain? Even in the day that it started raining, did they pay attention then? Nope, they waited till they got to a point where it was out of control. Then they go running, but he was gone. You see, the door was closed. He said, like unto the days of Noah. Then you pull over in Lot. Like unto the days of Lot. These people are not going to turn. I don't care how good spirit and truth you give them. I don't care what light you set in the midst of them. I don't care how they say this, they say that, they say this. They are long ways from who I am. Because when they hear you, they'll know who I am. You see? And if they don't hear you, they don't know who I am. I am not sending another prophet, another prophetess. I'm not sending another pastor. He said, nowhere in the world will he send another pastor because he has not sent any. He said, in the years, the pastor is the number one that has strayed from any spirit and truth. So no, he won't send you a good pastor. He said, he was showing me, he said, and that's why Sister Deborah don't have no problem with saying, I'm dumb. I'm dumber than none. Why? Because I let my flesh stumble in the midst of knowing that my spirit had to answer all the time. And I'm sitting outside and I'm like, okay, I'm uploading this first video about this dog. I said, truly, I'm going to be able to upload this. My phone, Facebook, phone shutting down, won't let me video, period. I ain't talking about Facebook now. I'm talking about my phone won't even let me upload. And I'm like, searching, wait a minute. I ain't got no, what you mean I ain't got no space? I wiped everything out. What you mean I ain't got no space? Damn. He said, Deborah, this is the day of Satan's wicked and evil and wicked. This is their day, Deborah. This is what I will. Their day. Because I remember last week, everything was going on. And I was like, wait a minute. How could that? I'm writing this. I'm doing this. Pen stop. I'm talking about this stop, this break. What's going on? Now the dumb Deborah's getting it. This is the day of wicked and evil and wicked that was willed by the Most High, y'all. So what is that saying? Deborah, when you go to flying up, Satan can shoot you down before you succeed. He's going to shoot you down. This is his day, not yours. Oh, praise the mighty God. I start to get it, do you know, you all, I think I've been outside for a good hour and 15 minutes trying to figure this thing. And then when the Spirit broke it down to me, I'm like, wait a minute, Father, y'all, wait a minute. And then he told me, this is the day in which evil and wicked was created by the right hand of the Father to work in this day and time. They have been willed by the Father. Because I'm going to tell you why. Last week, everything I was doing, I was calling it not to nobody. Wait a minute. I know Satan ain't doing this. Wait a minute. What? Now, how am I doing this? How is that doing? I didn't put this here. How did this go here? How did this happen? Just saying. This is me just saying. You see? Even when you're trying to write something in righteous or to make sure you have it, to say it or to video, he's interfering because this is his time. So as you see the example of China pulling in from their land and Russia pulling in from their land, coming in, okay? They coming in to meet each other to come up with, this is America. They coming in to meet each other to come down on America. But guess what? America goal is to shoot Russia down and China, but make sure they shoot them down. When that's how Satan is today. He's shooting down everything that's flying, representing the Father. And the Father most high or higher has willed him to do so. Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. Because I'm like, wait a minute now. This Spirit of truth, this is the light. You ain't got no power over this. That's his platform. Yes, he does. This is his time, Deborah. That's why I created a lane for you. I showed you what it is. By him telling me to get in your lane, you got a lane. If I'm in my lane, then he'll show me what's all around. That's why I'm able to tell you what I'm telling you now. He showed me what's all around that lane. You ain't gonna be able to come up and bring it. And then you sit and you wonder time after time, who are you speaking to? Because you know that I've given you the spirit of discerning. You know that everybody who say that they are a highest are not nowhere near the chosen ones in the body. You know about the body, Deborah. You know about it all because I taught it to you and I live in you. You see? And I'm like saying, but what? Satan time? I did not tell you that. It is written that I've given him a time period. He said, they're talking about fallen angels. We as flesh and blood, stupid people are giving authorities to fallen angels. We're giving authorities to aliens. We're giving authorities to the earth and the people that rules it. He said, but the true authority rests in his hand. Because while we hooping and hollering and giving all the power to everything on the earth, we forsaking the power that rests in the hands of the Father. Why is that? Because when that right hand pull up, it shows up and shows out. And you know how I figured that out? Let me stop. You know how the Spirit revealed it to me? He said, tell you what, come on here to Revelation. Come on, go with me. I go up into Revelation with the Father. I'm up in Revelation and I'm hearing these things. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I'm seeing something. And then the next thing I know, I'm going to Revelation 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12, 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 and 17 and 18 and 19 and 20 and 21. I said, hold up. Who is this with this power? Who is this with this power, Father? He said, you know who that is. You know who that is. You know who that is. Yes, I do. But Father, I didn't know you was going to come out like that. I didn't know that the Father was going to come out strictly according to his will. Not the will that they teach out in the synagogue, in the church, and in these camps, and in these academies, and in these Hebrew Israelites movements, and in these cults. No, not that way, y'all. Not that way. That's why y'all bent up and bent down, because you don't know nothing. Because you never took heed to the true prophets of the Most High God. Now, what he's saying is this, because this is how I'm telling y'all something. I didn't know that it was totally Satan's time, but then I began to see that the things that the world is saying is separate from the things that Yah is doing. And I'm looking over here at the world, and I'm listening to all these pastors and these Maureen's, these seers, and these watchmen, and I'm listening to all these apostles and these prophets are teaching this lie about fallen angels. They talking about aliens. Aliens always been here, because this sister would tell you. And like I said on the video that I did, I said, if my mother would tell the truth, she would tell y'all what I spoke when I was young. And that's one thing. There's creatures. That's something I always told her about. And she would tell you, she used to say it all the time as a little girl. So what I'm saying, so therefore that leads me to understand, Deborah, these things been here. But what they need to be concerned with the one with the right hand on this side. What he's doing. So while we're focusing on making Satan bigger than what he is, Yah is pulling up with that right hand on this side to end it all. And we cutting up on the floor, we cutting up from the floor on Satan's end, listening to everything that the world is saying, and that the Hebrew Israelites are saying, and the Hebrew Israelite movement is saying, and the Hebrew Israelite cult is saying, and all these pastors that have cults, and all these here evangelists, these watchmen, these seers, and all of them who took on Satan's ideal of being on this devil platform, sprouting the fence, trying to play your side and Satan's side, and thinking they're going to enter into the right side. You are alive from the pit of hell, whether you know it or not. This prophet come to tell you, spirit and truth, you're doomed. You are doomed. Okay, now here they are on this side. We hooping and hollering, giving the praise and the honor to Satan. Oh, he got fallen angels on the earth coming. Giants going to hit the earth. We're giving all this power to voting and Democratic Republican. We're giving all this power to football and all these basketballs and all these. We're giving all Satan to Beyonce and all this music. We're giving all this glory to Satan, and Father over here working the work. And I'm like saying, wait a minute. You mean to tell me? He said, you know already. I said, but Father, I'm dumber than dumb. He said, you must be if you claim you don't know. I said, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, I didn't know I was that dumb in the flesh to think that the words in which I spoke and have spoken was vain and vast, because the multitude have not heard. It ain't for them to hear. They ain't gonna ever hear, because it's only for he that has an ear, and that ear is singular, meaning spiritual ear of the Most High Yah resting therein. That's that ear he talking about here. Hear my spirit speaks to your spirit through the hearing of the spirit, not your flesh. So all this trash out here on this flesh realm, that's what it's for, your fleshly ears, and you take heed to it. And let me tell you what's going on here, a little bit of something. As the Father over on one end, showing up and showing out, he already know he prepared their day to show up and show out. Now, why you think it's coming to the light that aliens always exist? Why would you think that it's coming to the light in this day and time? Sister Deborah knew it when she was a little girl and spoke it to her mother. But why is it coming to light today? Because he's letting Satan have his way. And Satan having his way with the minds of men and women. He don't give a rat's behind about aliens. He don't give a rat's behind about anything outside of his way to control the minds of the flesh of men and women. So they'll never see light. They'll never understand spirit and truth. The Father over here showing up, showing out. And I'm like, okay, so wait a minute. Hold up, Father. I say, when I came to you, Father Yah, regarding Revelation 6, you revealed it all to me. I pulled up in 7. You showed me where we at. I went into 8. I said, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I went up in 9. I said, I think I like that, Father, Yah. I run up on 10. Oh my Yah. I come up on 11. I see you, Father. All the time, we're focusing on the world, LBG, white man marrying black woman marrying white woman. We worrying about a land and planting and building and selling, just like Yeshua pulled up and said, be like the days of Noah and the days of Lot. Drinking, feasting, that means glutting, eating, for no reason at all. Y'all don't like that. He said he didn't, and we still do it because we're gathering in the name of flesh. We're not gathering in the name of the Most High, y'all. I know we use his name to gather, to come into one unity. But how about coming together in the true word of love, give and gave? You can't do that. You know why? You're not of the Father, the Creator. You of your flesh, in your image of your flesh. So we over here doing all these things in which Yeshua said that they would do, but Yeshua also said that they would do it, in the end days, like unto the days of Noah and like unto the days of Lot. When we look at those days, we got to look at it at the highest. Why? Because it ended the world. And Solomon and Gomorrah, it ended the city and all the surrounding and killed all the people. They ain't focusing on. If he said it's going to be like that today, we got to see the day dying, y'all. It's time to die. You can't see it, can you? If the days of Lot and the days of Noah, what was the main thing? Death. See how stupid people are? Death. That's the whole overall. Death because you chose Satan's side. Death. Bam. There it is. Now, they don't want to take it like that. They'll meditate on marrying and giving in marriage, not knowing wicked and evil at its highest. Well, why do it have to rest in marriage, Father, y'all? Why do it have to represent giving in marriage? Why do it have to represent feasting and drinking? Because, Deborah, they doing these things in the name of who I am, in wicked and evil continually, and trying to say that is right and what represent me is wrong. And they using my name to characterize their wicked ways. So they are serving Satan continually. Wicked and evil continually. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5 for the end days. So what he's saying to me is, okay, I'm sitting here showing you, when you pulled up in Revelation, wasn't I there? Yes, Father, you were there. When you pulled up in Revelation 7, was I there? Yes, Father, you were there. When you pulled up in Revelation chapter 8, tell me about it. Was I there? Yes, Father, you were there. What about 9? Oh, I saw you, Father. I saw you. What about 10? Oh, I felt you too, Father. I felt you. What about 11, Deborah? Did you see me in 11? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Can I back that up a little bit? Oh, no. Wait a minute. No, that wasn't 11. That was 20. I saw you all the way down, Father. Well, what is it that you can see me and they can't? I never thought of that. I thought I'd get on here and give them what you allow me to see. He said, no. You give them what I allow you to see. But like I told you, they cannot see unless I give them the eyes to see. They cannot hear unless I give them the eyes to hear. But because you still in the race and you have been created a lane, you run that lane and you run that race. And as I'm seeing it more and more, even after he was showing me how you're going to pull up with spirit and truth with the light, you're going to be pulling up thinking you're going up, and Satan going to shoot it down. Why is Satan shooting it down? It's too much power. It's too much power in what Sister Deborah is saying. It's too much truth. For the last 2 months, I try to figure out, why isn't this number moving? He said, ain't going to move. You in critical times, baby. I said, but Father, wait a minute. Hold up now. Wait a minute. You mean out of 1 trillion people, this number can't move? He said, out of 1 trillion, Deborah, it can't move. Oh! So all he been trying to get me to see, and I thank him, praise the mighty Yah, is no matter how potent the spirit and truth God speaking, they would never get it. Because Satan's time, you coming up, he gonna shoot you down. So that what? You won't go up high enough for the people to comprehend, the seed to plant, to increase their wisdom, their knowledge, and their understanding in spirit and truth. He gonna shoot it down. Why? It's his time, Deborah. That's what he had to show that, because I'm sitting here battling out here for an hour and 50 minutes trying to understand how can something override the power of spirit and truth. I'm speaking spirit and truth. Come on now, Father. Voila. Oh, no, Deborah. It's his time. It's his time, Deborah. I orchestrate his time. I created his time, Deborah. for the days of evil and wicked and the wicked and evil. It's his time that I from heaven set. This is why I understand now what was taking place in Genesis 6, Genesis 7, Genesis 8, Genesis 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. I'm all up in there saying, wait a minute, hold up, what you doing? Wait a minute, Father, y'all, why you doing that? Why you doing? He said, see, they over here talking about Satan's, the fallen angels, what the white man doing to them, what the black people doing to them. They talking about male and female gender war. They talking about nation. They ain't talking about nation against nation like I warned them, Deborah. They ain't talking about kingdom against kingdom. Nothing I have warned them or they talking about. They have decided to teach, preach, and give Satan all glory. While I'm over here cutting up short, I'm cutting up from the floor. And I'm sitting here watching him cut up and couldn't so dumb, couldn't put two to two together. Because when he go talking about them horses, I'm like, wait a minute now, what you trying to do here? He said, that's me, Deborah. That's me. He said, check out what I sent him down to do. Ooh-wee! Conquer, kill, destroy, woo-wee! All these things. That was the Father power. He said they never caught on to it. None of them did. Pull up it, even when you jump into 7, where I was telling you when you see these floods and these tornadoes, he told you in Revelation when he was telling the angels, wait a minute, hold up. You, east angel from the east, get down there and tell them on the corner, don't they touch that earth, them trees and that seed, and take this with you. What was it? The seal of Yah. Take it and stamp mines in their forehead. And who did he call mine? My servants. See, people thinking the house of Israel, the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No, baby, you ain't coming in. Only the spiritual bloodline is walking in. See, they didn't know that the Father had Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as a bloodline of the flesh and the bloodline of the spirit. Only the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the spirit is walking in. Those are the 144. The true servants of the Most High Yah. Not the way you say you serve him. Not the way you fake it and make it till you say you serve him. But according to his will are the true 144. He called them his servants. So as you run up on Revelation chapter 7, you wonder, wait a minute. You hear these clowns talking about, oh, we all going, he come to get us. We going to the promised land. We this and we this and we this. Wait a minute. Let me tell y'all something I found out. I ain't gonna say I found it out, but he just telling me now. Tell him what you knew. I knew this, y'all. And I think I might have made 2 or 3 videos. Y'all didn't get it. That one that's coming through has always been the spiritual bloodline. It's only the spiritual bloodline. Only the spiritual bloodline was redeemed. See, you thought you was rich. Everybody thought that they could straddle the fence and they could tell the Father this, when I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and live in their worldly flesh life. But the truth to be told, I said, now I'm going to show you what happened, y'all. I went before the throne of the Most High and said, wait a minute, I got a problem. And I ain't going to sit here and lie to you. I got a problem. I heard you up in Ezekiel talking about what you promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm saying, I'm not here with the promise, what you promised Abraham, okay? Isaac and Jacob, whatever you want to think. And I sit here, you talking about you promised. Wait a minute, I got a problem with that. Father, yeah, I got a problem with that. He already knew my thoughts. But I had to tell him my words out of my own mouth. Did he know what I was going to say? Yes. Did he know what I was thinking? Yes. But in the wilderness, I can ask them questions. That's why I attend school. That's what school is for. You to learn. He is my teacher. He's my professor. He's my all in all in the school in which I attend in the promised land. And I said to him, I got a question. I don't get this. What is it you don't get, Deborah? Well, you always talking about what you promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I don't get it. What you mean, what you don't get? Father, you fulfilled it already. There you go. He been fulfilled that. He been fulfilled what he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What he promised Abraham. He fulfilled it when he left the Israelites in the wilderness for 400 years, and he took the children to the promised land. It was already fulfilled. Praise the mighty God. Already fulfilled. I'm up in the wilderness. I'm up in the wilderness saying, wait a minute, I got a problem here. You all up in here, you talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the promise. Hold up. From what I can understand, since you've been teaching me, and you are my teacher, then wait a minute. When they brought them through out of Egypt, and they was in the wilderness, a place in which you had prepared for them, and they didn't make it. They stayed, and they died in the wilderness. But you took the children. Where did you take them? Wait a minute, Father. I need you to answer my question. Now, where did you take them? You're right, Deborah. I took them to the land, flowing with milk and honey. I took them to the promised land. But I got another question, Father, y'all. Did not you fulfill it? Deborah, you know I fulfilled the promise to Abraham. What part was that you fulfilled about Abraham, Father, y'all? When I fulfilled, Deborah, the promise of the flesh. I fulfilled, Deborah, the promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob of the flesh. That's why they cut up from the floor up in the promised land and lost their land. Because that was the promise to Abraham in the flesh. But the Father wants me to let you know something today. He has another promise of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. That's the spiritual promise to bring the seed of the Spirit into the promised land of the New Jerusalem. Praise the mighty God. Always two, y'all. Always two. When you deal with the Father, you're going to deal with him in two. So, smart mouth Deborah had questions in the wilderness. Let me go over it with you again, because I know it went this way, that way, and all over the place. I asked him almost 2 years ago. I said, wait a minute. Father, you all up in Ezekiel, explaining to Ezekiel what they did in the promised land. But Father, I see where you told Abraham they're going to go to a land they know not of. And I'm just listening to what you're saying. And I realized that the first time they went in, they did enter into the promised land. My Father, y'all, see how y'all behind? You see how far behind and lost you all are? Because you're so busy listening to the wrong one, speaking no spirit and truth. The promised land has been fulfilled, you guys. He has answered what he promised Abraham. See, as I'm speaking to you, he's speaking to me. I'm just going to go and tell the truth of the matter. He has already fulfilled the promise of the promised land. Did not he allow those to live and die in the wilderness, and they didn't make it to the promised land? But wait a minute, y'all. Do you have sense enough to realize that their children did make it? Where did they make it to? The land, from what I heard, floating with milk and honey. The richest land on the face of the earth, which were called on the earth, in the world, the promised land. So did not the Most High Yah fulfill those words that he spoke unto Abraham? Isaac gripped it. Jacob gripped it. Did not he fulfill it? 100 times, 100 trillion times he did. So I'm up in the wilderness. It's about 2 years ago. I said, wait a minute, hold up. I'm confused. Something going on. All he wants me to do is ask questions to make sure I get the understanding in the wilderness of spirit and truth. He allowed me to ask these questions because he knows that the questions that I relay back to him, what I ask him, the questions lead me to understand that I have the answer. It rests therein. Because I told y'all, when I'm up in the wilderness, I got all kinds of things I would say to the Most High, y'all. I will say, hey, look, wait a minute. You all up in Ezekiel telling Ezekiel about the children of Israel and the tribe of Judah when they were in Ezekiel chapter 36. You sitting here talking about what they were doing in the promised land. So wait a minute. You had already taken the children to the promised land. Yes, Deborah, they were in the promised land. Father, was not the promised land floating with milk and honey? Yes, Deborah, the promised land was floating with milk and honey. Was not the land the richest land on the face of the earth? Yes, Deborah. Did not you usher, portion, and measure every tribe? Their land would be there, like almost like the United States. States. You know how you have Georgia, Florida, California. Well, that's how the Father divided the 12 tribes, you guys, and gave them that much space. You see how they had it good? And y'all running y'all nasty mouth and nasty tails around here thinking you know something. Won't give him the glory and the praise and the honor of knowing all things. And that all things have been fulfilled in his bosom. He don't have to answer to you. Who are you? You ain't nobody. Flesh. Where you going? In the lake of fire. Where you going to spend eternity? So who are you to buckle up against the Most High Yah, who knows all things? So I'm all up in the wilderness in my class, and I'm asking him. I said, wait a minute. This was about 2 years ago. I said, wait a minute. Why do these people keep talking about the promised land? Oh, he promised Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. You's a lie. He already fulfilled that. See how stupid people are? You see the weak minds of our men? No spirit in truth. And guess what? It's too late. It's Satan's time. Satan getting all his glory and his victory around about now. That's why you see the great falling away has already taken place, and they have fell away from the truth. That means ain't nobody coming to give you no more truth. So that's why Sister Deborah can feel the way she feels when she knows she's teaching spirit and truth. But who is it to? Only he that has an ear. That's it. That one. Don't think that you about gaining subscribers and likes and praise. Oh, it ain't there. I don't want it. You can keep it. Because they ain't holding no truth. Now I'm all up in the wilderness with the Father, and he's sitting here telling me, okay, Deborah, you already know. Come on with it. I said, you over in Ezekiel, and I hear you. I hear you buckling on Ezekiel about how Israel and the tribe of Judah was in the land that you gave them. And not only that, Father, I hear you saying something else. He said, what you hear me saying, Deborah? What you hear me saying? I hear you telling them how you even upset with the land itself. I hear the Father going off on the land. I'm like saying, wait a minute now. Why is he going off on the land? Now I'm telling you how stupid I am. I'm like, well, Father, why you mad at the mountains and the earth and why are you mad at them? The land, the promised land. Why are you mad at them? Because I'm disappointed in the people who polluted the land. And the land stood back and let the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah pollute it. That land wasn't polluted. land. This is what me in the wilderness. Father, why are you talking to the land? He said, because the land allowed the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah to pollute it. I said, so the land is like to a woman then. He said, yes, it brings forth life. And she didn't bring forth life because they, the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, had polluted it. Now, Deborah, I category it as desolated. They won't teach it. They won't preach it. They won't tell the truth. They messed it up from the floor up. That's why it's sitting over there now. And they hooping and hollering about who's over there. Who cares? It's still desolated. It's still polluted. So if somebody over on any land, tell them fools that if it's they over there, they own a land that's desolated and polluted. Who is it polluted? In the eyes of Yah. You can't see it because you ain't got sense to see spirit and truth. So who gets a rest behind who over in the land? The land in which he's going to bring his in. He's going to charge it. He's going to clean it up like he's going to clean your nasty tails before he bring you over. He's going to go to the mountains. He's going to charge the mountains. He's going to go to the land. He's going to charge the land. He's going to go to the sea. He's going to go to the trees. He's going to go to the earth in that land. He's going to tell them, pull it on up. And guess what they coming up from? They coming from the heavens order, which is spiritual. To get it right, I'm bringing now the house of Israel that are of the spirit back to the spiritual land. So when you run your tails around here thinking you know something, you don't know nothing. He did and promised Abraham, I will bring them into the land in which I have given to do. That was flesh, y'all. He did it. And look what the flesh did to it. But now he's coming to bring the promise to Abraham, which Abraham now is in the spirit. I'm going to bring that house of Israel back to the land, which is spirit. See, y'all thought y'all can overpower my father, didn't you? You thought you could fake it until you make it. You thought YouTube, Facebook, and everybody had it all right with you and had it all good for you and had set it up from the floor for you to just end to end like you think you're going to. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to be here with Babylon. You ain't seen Babylon fall because you don't know what it's like to see it in the spiritual realm. Because God said to me, Deborah, it's not even in the spiritual realm only. It's in the natural. And they still can't see because they cannot see. They cannot even hear, Deborah. They say they hear, they say they see, but they see not, they hear not. Only time you're going to see it and hear it is when it's at your front door. Wait a little while longer, and we're running up on the hour, running into the minutes. So I want to say to you all out there, them loudmouth, no good teachers that have taught these people and going to continue to teach them because they got to lead them to the broad gate. The gate was created by the mighty right hand of the Father. And he created that gate because he already knew in the heavens that you will walk therein. So you think he cares about which gate you walk in? Yah gives a rat behind what gates you choose. You know why? Heaven's got everything locked up and locked in. It is over. It is finished. So you can clown. You can fake it until you make it. You can do whatever you want. I come again in the name of the Most High, Yah, as a prophetess in the wilderness to tell you, the Father had already fulfilled the promise to Abraham for the land of the flesh. Right now, the promise now is the same promise for eternal life. That's the realm he's coming for. That's why he called them his servant. He called them his servant, the 144. That's coming out of the same promise he promised Abraham was one in the flesh, and the Abraham that was already counted was the one in the spirit. So Abraham too had two lines. He had the bloodline of the flesh, and he had the bloodline of the spirit. Right now, the bloodline of the flesh has passed away, and that's what we are in this land because of the bloodline of the flesh of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now we're about to enter into the spiritual line, which is eternal. That's the one that he's going to go over and charge the ground, the trees, the earth, the mountains, the sea, pull up. And they're going to pull up from what the charge was and is from the heaven. It is said in Ezekiel 37, it's going to be just like the Garden of Eden. That's deep, ain't it? That's deep. Why? Because heaven is going to call the order for the land to get ready for when he bring hands over. And when he gets you there, that's when he's going to clean your nasty tails up. And yes, you need some type of cleaning. First and foremost, you all are bent up and bent down in understanding the spiritual realm of the Most High Yah. You don't know nothing about his power, which is his right hand, nor his spirit. Okay? You don't know spirit and truth. The truth of the whole matter. You don't know nothing about it. So, my question to him has already been answered years ago. Sister Deborah, keep trying to get y'all to understand it's not your flesh that's going to enter into anything. It's who you are in Yah's spirit realm. And he already counted it. He said, Deborah, it ain't nothing but 144,000. See? And y'all thinking that's a lot if it's 1%. And y'all thinking it's a whole lot. It's showing you that when he built and create those two spiritual gates wasn't meant for you to understand it in the flesh. It was meant for you to understand it in the spirit. Y'all never meant for you to understand the broad gate and the narrow gate in the flesh. He meant for you to understand it in the spiritual. So you will know which gate is which in the spirit. Because you can't really see the gate in the natural, but you can see the way of life that they're conducting. You can see which gate that they could be going in, but you can't be sure of it because you don't know everybody. But you do know, speaking of Sister Deborah, that there's two gates. Like there is two sets of books, the book of life and the books that leads to the lake of hell. See, y'all don't want to put Yah in the twos because he'll show up and show out on your tail. So as I'm reading Revelation, I'm seeing, wait a minute. They sitting here looking at what Satan doing and what they think Satan doing and how they think Satan is doing this and Satan is doing that. And they blaming Satan as if he got the power to do all this from A to Z. Just because you gave him this day, don't they have to understand his power? He said, Deborah, they ain't gonna understand nothing. Come on now, Father. He said, Deborah, what did I say about the day of Noah? How many did I save? Didn't I choose to save the animals before I saved the human? Yeah, Father, I get it. What happened about the days of Lot? Didn't you ask me, Deborah, what happened to the babies and the women that was carrying babies and why did all of them have to die? Did I save them, Deborah? How many Negroes you see in paperback books, in hardback books, hung from a tree? How many did I save, Deborah? See, we want to take him like a toy, like a clown, like these pastors, these bishops, these apostles, these watchmen, these seers, these clowns. And we want to think of him like that. But when you think of him like Sister Deborah Noah, all your trash got to stand down because you don't know. So I want to get to something he wants me to speak on before I tune out on this live. And he's telling me, tell him about Eve, Deborah. Tell him about Eve. And the reason why he want me to tell you about Eve, I'm going to tell you about Eve because I learned something again today. Yes, I did. I started to just keep it to myself, but I'm going to let you know it. I told you I'm a learner of the spirit of the Most High Yah. I'm his student. When he taught me something in the wilderness. I wanted to keep it to myself, but it looked like he want me to just tell you. Okay. In Matthew, you can find it in Luke, John, Mark. Let's speak on Mary. He said, tell them, Deborah. Okay, Father. Yeah, I tell them. Okay, you go back to Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. He spoke something to the evil one. He did not speak this to Adam or Eve. He spoke it to the serpent. Now, what was the sense? What sense does it need to be that he spoke this to the serpent, then he spoke something to the woman, then he spoke something to the man, but what he spoke to the serpent was for somebody like me? Did he speak it to woman? No, he didn't. But in the spirit was it given unto woman, Sister Deborah. I'm like, wait a minute. I told y'all I don't have no sense. I don't have no sense when it come down to the natural. But pull up on me on the spirit, I'll cut your throat. Here it is. I'm looking at this here. Wait a minute, hold up. You're talking to Satan. What you telling him what's going to go down. Then you go to woman telling her what's going to go down. Then you go to man telling him what's going to go down. Wait a minute, I got an issue. What's going down with Satan? I'm looking at here, and you said in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, you telling Satan what's going down. Why Satan get to know this? Because Deborah's go between his seed and mine. Where these seeds gonna roll up in? Flesh. Those seeds gonna roll up in flesh. How you like the Most High now? Wait, you ain't heard nothing yet. Now, he's sitting here saying, okay, you see me talking to the serpent. You would think I would be telling this to woman and man, right, Deborah? I'm telling it to Satan because the whole overall is going to be between his seed and mine. Praise the mighty God. He said, tell those people today, the seed of the woman is spiritual. That's why I didn't need Joseph's nasty fleshly seed. Because I was pulling Yeshua up in a spiritual seed, which was the seed of a woman. Just like Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, they were born of the flesh, but they was the seed of the spirit. Mary was chosen specially to carry the spirit, which is the Son of Man, to carry it with the Son of, not the Son of Man. Mary was carrying the Son of Yah with the Son of Man. And you tell those people, I did not need Joseph's seed to do so. I didn't need another flesh seed to do nothing. Throughout time, I brought my seed in the flesh of a sperm of a man. I still told Satan, your seed and my seed are going to come into fleshly body. And my seed going to always crush your dorn seed head. But when it came down to Yeshua HaMashiach, tell Joseph, stand down. I don't need your fleshly seed. I'm going to do this up. Why? Because Yeshua was coming down with the Son of Yah. He didn't need the flesh of man. So the seed that Mary carried was totally 100 spirit. Spirit! Abraham had a blood father. Isaac had a blood father. Jacob had a blood father. But he said, throughout brought my spirit down to seal every seed of a woman. But here, Deborah, I'm coming down myself. Tell Joseph, stand down, Joseph. Don't touch her. I'm coming as one in the spirit. The Son of Man and the Son of Woman. Not the Son of Man. The Son of Man and the Son of Yah going to come to work my mission. Joseph, stand down and tell every clown of a man on this earth. During this conception, I didn't need the nasty sperm of a man. I was coming down myself. Joseph, stand down. I'm coming. And how did he come down? He said, throughout times I came down and they destroyed every spiritual seed, Deborah, that I brought down. But this time, I'm coming myself. I'm coming to support the Son of Man. And I, the Son of Yah, should work a mission that needs to be fulfilled in the Son of Man as one. Stand down, Joseph. Don't touch her until I have been brought forth. So you want to run around here and play with sex? Oh, she was already had a man. Oh, she wasn't a virgin. You's a fool. You're going to live a fool, die a fool. And you're going to be a fool in the lake of fire. A fool. You see? That's how easy it's going to be. Because still yet today. Whoo, Deborah, you off that hour. Oh, I thought I had some more time in that hour. No, you don't. I can't be telling y'all we in the midnight hour. Guess what? It's over. Once he tell me that Satan's, this is his time. So this is why he prepared me for my children. But I must keep praying that they be found in the Father's bosom. That's all I can do. It's over, y'all. It's over for me. It's over for you. As we know it on this earth. I know you want to keep on thinking it's about you and your family and me and mine and we. You go ahead and go ahead. What I want to understand, I can't say the hour is at hand. It's over. Now that he revealed to me that this is the time period in which he has set for Satan to deal with what he desired to deal with. I got one video uploaded regarding that. But after that, Facebook's wasn't letting me put no more up. That leads me to understand what the Father have already warned me. This is Satan time. Satan knows that who's who and what's what. You are too ignorant to know. That's why you're going to and fro until your day and hour is over. If you don't see what's going on in the world, you're going to be caught up just like it. One day you're going to think you got it going on. You got your job, you got your big screen TV, you got your car, you got this and this and this. You're going to be going on your little way. Bam! And you're going to be cut off in life. Or even come into your house. Bam! Your whole house down. Because you're thinking that where we at is time for you to prosper, for you to gain. It's all about you and yours, me and mine. It's time for me to steal, kill, and take from people. And steal, do all the wicked. Yes, it is your time. Because if you're born of that seed, Satan got it going on round about now, y'all. Satan got it going on. Because this is what time it is. And he wanted me to say to you about Eve is because thousands of years, or how many years this Bible existed in the mindset of the flesh of men. First and foremost, he says, where you know the weak minds of all of you all are, is to know that that book cannot be 100. His words, no way. Impossible. His words is in heaven, in his bosom. These words are words of men. Do I have the control to put what I want? Yes, I do. Run up on Revelation and hear me speak. Satan can't touch that. You see, that's where you know Yah has his power in this word. You got to find his power in it. And when you find his power in it, you can hear his word. But if you can't find his power in this book, you can't find his word. Because you don't see the power that goes with the word, and the word with the power, they are one. That's why they missed it in Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, all the way down. because they never knew the power. That's what he called denying the power they're in. They denied it a long time ago. To where today, get somewhere and sit down. You don't know nothing about no power. That's why he tells Sister Deborah, they say they see, baby. They cannot see. They say they hear. They cannot hear. And that's to tell me, Deborah, use your gifts, the gifts of discerning, and the gift that's greater in you. Spirit upon spirit. Try their spirits by their spirits. A lot of times people wouldn't even think. Sister Deborah be watching YouTube, and I can already discern their spirits. And then if I have a hard time discerning it, guess what? I try the spirit by the spirit. Meaning, this is of the word of Yah that comes from the spirit of Yah, or is it not? Greater is he that's in you that teaches you how to try the spirit by the spirit. That's why Sister Deborah can get on here and call these things platforms, Satan's platforms. That's why Sister Deborah can get on here and tell you these people are clowning and teaching y'all. But does it matter? No, because you were assigned to the broad gate. So I'm sitting here saying, okay, I said, okay, when I first got on here, I wasn't as potent as I am now. And I had many in numbers. But now, the more we're in the darkness, I'm bringing the light out, and it's less, and you wonder why it does not move. It just stands still for months and months and months. He began to tell me, and this is what he was telling me this morning. He said, it's because, Deborah, we're out of the hour. We out of the hour? He said, yes, we're out of the hour. So you can't say we're in that hour. It's over, Deborah. You mean I can't say, y'all, we in that hour running up on minutes? He said, no, you can't. This is Satan time. That's it. So you want me to tell you what he's saying now to me as I'm speaking to you? Tell them. That's why it was important that the angel in in Revelation chapter 7, the angel coming from the east, have to speak to the 4 angels on the corner. But what was the angel coming with? A seal of the Most High Yah. That seal will seal minds until I get there. Praise the Lord. One might say, what you mean until he get there? Right now, we out of the hour, y'all. We have no minutes left. This is Satan time. Until he get here, that means that we just that close. He's going to come and take what's his. Everything else is going to be left here. So to me, as a mother of 6, a prophetess in the wilderness, I understand the sorrow, the heartache, the pain, the suffering, the endurance is set before you to come right here, real soon. Why? Because once he take the ones that has been sealed out, everything that's left here, it's like the 10 virgins. 5 went into the door, and what happened? The door was slammed. The door was instantly slammed. So what did the other 5? If the other 5 thought that they could run get it, there was no such thing as running to get anything. You running to get the trouble that you lived all these years. So when you see in all these things where he's telling you he's coming like a thief in the night, that's quick. You got to think of the Father. Bam, bam, real quick. That door, they went in, bam, and it was closed. You think those that left gonna come back? It's closed. It's no coming in, y'all. So while y'all running around here monkeying, thinking you better than somebody else, or you greater than somebody else because you got children and you got a husband, you got a wife, or you got land, you got a farm, you got cows, you got cattle, you ain't crap if you don't have the Most High God in you the right way. You know what? I had to take down a video. What time is it? Okay. I had to take a video down because I ran into three something. And normally when I ran into three something, I just a little too long. But I ran up and I realized, I said, I'm going to make another video about why we can't unite. And I'm going to come back at 7 p.m. And talk about that coming together and show you how important it is that if there is individual who needs to come, it's okay because he's coming. And if he can find you already trying to be collective and coming together in him, then he's coming to the four corners, whether you come together or not and get what he is. But because of the turmoil that he held, the angels on the four corners, he pulled up. Revelation chapter 9, he's opened up the gates to the pit of hell, and he sends the angels to let something out. What can the fallen angels do with that? Fallen angels, what can you do with that? You all running around here lying to these people about fallen angels. That crap is over. Been over. And you all still riding that mess to bring fear on people. While y'all up here opening up the pit of hell. And he's calling it that. And y'all ain't taking heat nor fear for that. All y'all sitting here talking about the fallen angels. Why a white man marry a black woman, a black man marry a white woman, or why the white man doing this, doing this, doing this. These are people who never saluted the truth. They never saluted righteous. They never saluted the will of the Father for captivity. You salute that thing. You honor the fact that he made that choice. He made the righteous choice. You stand firm on it and say, Father, sorry, thank you, Father, thank you. You don't run around here and keep on hooping and hollering on these devil platforms talking about what the white man done to us. Who put us here? As if that mighty right hand couldn't bring us out. The right hand put us here. The same right hand gonna take what belonged to him out. That's how stupid people are. They look at everything going on in the world and can't see the prophecy for what it said, so that they can get right within themselves, because they going through the broad gate, whether they like it or not. Heaven's already signed it up and signed it out for them. He said, Deborah, guess what? What is this? They works are already written. I said, Father, I ain't never seen that a day in my life. He said, go on. Go to Revelation 20. They works already written. So you can monkey your tail around down on this earth all you want. You headed to the broad gate already. You already in there. You walking in there. Because when you don't understand spirit and truth and the light that is in the midst of spirit and truth that walk therein, you just out there. And you think he gonna be hooping and hollering? Didn't he take animals in the boat ark with Noah before he took any nasty human? Before he took a baby, a woman that's pregnant, a teenager? Did not he take the animals? Y'all better get it right. Y'all better understand who you think you serving, or who you think you know. You don't know him. You don't know my Most High Ahia. You don't know him. That's why people come talking about Ahia. Sit your tails down. That's a name that's spoken in an unknown tongue when I'm speaking to the Most High Yah and don't understand none of the words, but Ahia. Stand down. Clowns. I don't know why people think they want to run everything and don't have no spirit and truth behind them, nor no light to lead them in the midst of all this darkness. But then they want to be speakers. And the sad part is about it, they want to straddle the fence. Half of them is already on the fence for Satan and still trying to straddle the fence in the eyes of the weak, who will never find what the Father say. Deborah, very few shall find it. Find what? Righteous, truth, spirit and truth, the light. That's what he's talking about. That's what he's talking about. We don't see nothing that's going on with this right hand. I'm going to stick with it because I know what it's going to do for me. That's what I have. You think I'm going to trust in my guns or my food and my no, baby, please. I know wherever I go, wherever I be, he's coming for me. He's coming for me. So at 7 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to cover again, coming into a oneness. Guess what? It's over. The midnight hour is at its greatest. It's over. We're going to hang on that midnight hour right now, y'all. That's where we're going to be. I should have uploaded that video explaining it. I don't know if I uploaded. I think I deleted it. I uploaded on Facebook, and that's the last one they let me upload. I guess they said, we're going to catch you next time. We ain't letting nothing come through. That lady's speaking too much truth. Now, this is the problem I had today that made me bring this here video up. The problem I had is Sister Deborah is flesh and she's spirit. My spirit has gotten my flesh under subjection. Can I say 100? No, I can't say that. The flesh is born to sin, but my spirit is willing to obey the Most High Yah and to see him not in just as a creator, but a father. Okay? And I see him withholding all power. So the flesh can't stand a chance. It ain't got no power over what I see the Father to have all power. So flesh needs to what? Sit his ugly tail down. Okay? So that's as long as I know that within me and all the strength and what he said, give me all your heart, your mind, your strength. He's letting you know, give me that. Give. He didn't say, give me your love. What happened to love? Because love ain't got nothing to do with it. But what I learned today, and I'm going to let you all go because I'm going to come back at 7 p.m. Central Time. What I learned today was, I learned this today, y'all, that Satan has my number. I have been seeing in the last, I'm saying about a month and a half, I've seen him working right before me, but the spirit that rests in me allowed me to identify him in the midst. And that's, I give all glory and honor to the Most High Yah, because when he allowed me to see him is where I'm knowing I'm doing this, but why is this happening? I know I'm doing this, but what's going on with this here? Why is this doing this? And I'm looking dead at it. That's letting me know another sign that he has been released for the fullness of dark evil. And he was already released, but now he's out for the fullness. Now, what I have to keep in tune with is all these things happening in Revelation is revealing the Father's power. And the way he's doing, now you got to understand, the way the Father is pulling up with his power, he's pulling it up with things you ain't never seen, never heard of, and you be like, whoa, hold up, what's that? Anytime he can give a key to an angel and shoot him down like a star, and he go down in the bottom of this pit, open up the bottom of this pit and allow locusts to come up. You have to be able to understand who power is that, who doing that, who do that. You got to give it to the Father in heaven. See, and that's what we don't want to do. All of this that's going on in Revelation, and this prophet is seeing this, and I'm over here looking at, why are they talking about this? Do they see what he's doing? Do they? No, they don't. No, they don't. Because they so busy walking through the broad gate with Satan. They can't see the end times that is over. So all this time I'm sitting here looking and I'm like, that's deep. There's no one looking in there. And then today, my biggest learning was to realize that Satan got my number. Even when Facebook, something just popped up the moment I said that on my screen. Even when Facebook and YouTube don't have my number, they just shooting down or taking down things I'm saying when I'm interfering with their action. That's one thing. But only Satan himself knows that this sister is spilling out too much potent truth. And since this is my time, I'm shooting her down. He knows, even though he sees that man is not going in the direction of spirited truth. They're not understanding in spiritual. They're not seeing it. It don't matter. I'm not going to let this truth get out. Since it's my time to cut up from the floor up, I'm not going to let them bring this forth. Because Facebook don't need, my last video, baby, what do that have to do with you? telling you about Revelation chapter 2. What do that have to do with talking about the unclean spirits and the cage birds and all that? That's that. What does it have to do with Satan bringing in what Revelation says? What do Revelation say? Revelation chapter 18 of Revelation, verse 2 says what? The habitation of devils. Praise the mighty Yah. Devil said, hold up! You ain't finna tell the world that. Satan said, I ain't finna let you tell them that. You ain't finna give them no upper hand on that, up thumbs on that. No, I got to cut that out. See, Satan know what he doing. See, so it leaves me, and it does it hurt? It hurts a little bit, but not as much as it did, because it hurts to know that the flesh of man is exactly like he said in the days of Noah, in the days of Lot. They're going to be partying, eating, feasting, and doing everything outside of hearing spirit and truth and knowing the light. Because Satan is finna cut up from the floor up, and he's entitled to. He is entitled. My Father has released that to him. So my thing is, I see now why he has given me the spirit of endurance. I needed to endure what I'm seeing right before my face, even before it's at full force. So that's my thing, is the hope that he comes before that time in which the people start hooping and hollering. Then I'm left here to hear it all. I don't want to hear all that, because when that time was warning it to you, you never got ready. Now the ark has the rain has started, and the 10 virgins, the door has been slammed, and everybody want to hoop and holler. That's what it's going to be like when he take heathens out. Mm-hmm. When he comes for heathens, that's what it's going to be like. But another thing I like about what the Father is doing, he's also allowing those that he has marked to also see how he rumbles. I love that. He tells in Revelation chapter 9, when the scorpions comes up, he tells them, and he let them know, you only sting, or you only mess with or go after those who don't have my seal. So that leads me to understand, we that has the seal are going to see these things. So you ain't getting out of this scot-free in your feelings and your emotions. You're going to feel this thing, y'all. You're going to feel some of this stuff coming on. Because see, that's why Sister Deborah can feel all these storms and these floods. Because I'm like, oh, shoot.